Greetings, I am Pillar Nexus, the Ancient Gladiator, with more Pillarless tabletop games with Samurai. Avalon Hill's game of politics and warfare in feudal Japan, 12th through 17th centuries. In this game, you'll play as one of 4 clans, and you'll have lords and holdings, and you'll be trying to take control of the Imperial Articles, the heir, the emperor, the regalia, and Kyoto itself. In doing so, becoming the court clan and being able to assign the office of Shogun to one of your lords. At the end of turn 20, if you are holding the office of Shogun, you win. At the start of the game, the articles will start in their respective places. The heir in Iwami, the emperor in Hida, and the regalia in Yedo, which is in Sagami. Every player will then draw 10 random tokens from the Fate Cup for their starting holdings. Province can be used as a home province or as extra troop support. And that's how you start your lord. There's additional troops ranging from 5 to 50 extra troop support. Or I think just 10. Yeah, 10 to 50. There are castles. There are monasteries. There are ships. And then somewhere buried in the Fate Cup are ninjas. But anyway. Every player will get 10 to create their initial lords for the game. So, let's say I want these 3 lords to start out. The home province must be public knowledge. The other 2 are kept secret, or whatever number you choose to assign. Unless you want to make it absolutely known that you control something because you want to secure control of an article that is there. But in general, the more you can keep a surprise, the better. And then your lords will start in their appropriate locations. And your control will start in the spots where they're supposed to be. So Dewa's up here. So we have full control of that. Unless this might happen later in the game, is you might get a token from the Fate Cup, and someone has already gotten there and taken control of one of the cities or castles. At which point you won't get control of that. You'll have to fight for it. So let's start up here, and we'll start where they're supposed to go. Once everyone's lords have started, the game will start with the first turn. And the start of every turn is a roll on the fate chart, or not the event chart. Roll d6, d6, d6. Yeah, the copy of the game I got did not come with the original d6, so I decided to take some extra dice of mine and apply them. So 265 would be Ronin Rebellion. All Ronin troop strength points. And you know it's Ronin because it's that guy. So you'll resolve the event, and then be movement, and then combat, and then fate, where you'll draw an additional token, and you can set it aside until you want to assign it to a lord you already have, or a lord you want to start. You can build things up in secret. The only things you have to assign immediately are ninjas. And then there's movement. Normally you can move up to 4 areas. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you move into mountains, you have to stop. You can move along roads, as long as it's all the movement you do. However, any location you don't control will stop you. Opposing lords that occupy an area when you're just moving by areas double your movement, unless you come to a deal. So it costs you 2 of your areas to move through them, unless they say, we'll let you through, if you help us with this, roads, same thing. If another clan's lord controls a location, you can make a deal with them to get through. Sea movement, you have to have a ship, and then leave from a port city you control, or minor port that's not held by an enemy clan. You can go 1, 2, and then land somewhere with a minor port, or the port city you control. If the enemy controls the minor port, they added this in the recent rules. It'll lead to a battle, but otherwise, you can be at sea for up to 3 turns, and then you absolutely have to land. If your lord has multiple ships, they can't carry other lords. You're going to have to get your 2 lords together and give them one of your ships to use. Then there's combat. It's optional. You're not required to do it, but if you want to win the game, you might have to. There's battles, which are like in the open field, and then there's a siege, which is against a location. In each phase, a lord cannot fight or be forced to fight more than 1 battle and or 1 siege. However, a same lord could fight a battle and then in a siege, provided both were in the same area. Lord inside a location may participate in combat with one important exception. If they are besieged, they can only participate in combat if the enemy is the besieging lord. In each combat situation, it's possible for multiple clans to get involved. If it's just an open field battle, after the attacker declares who they're fighting, other clans can support either side. However, if it's a siege against a location, then the other players have to assist the attacking side if they're going to assist at all. And if they lose anything, they have to decide how to divide it up, or else they both lose the same thing. So with battles, you use any of your lords in the area, and then when figuring out actual troop strength, you decide now whether to reveal what you have. At which point, if you flip up any castles, you should probably say, "Hey, this is mine." By the way, castles are the provinces. So here we've got 95 troop strength plus the 1 samurai ability. So when I skipped this part, when you start a new lord, you roll a d6. Yes, this is a d12 with a 1 to 6, but it's worked for me. And that's your starting ability, depending on the chart. A 1 or a 2 is 1. A 3, 4, or 5 is a 2, and a 6 is a 3. I rolled up for him at the start, so he starts out low. Also, if you're defending a location, you have garrison troops that get added in as well. Like, if you control Kyoto, that's an extra 150. However, it's possible to lose garrison strength instead of losing your holdings. Try not to lose too much, or else targets become way too easy. So as part of a battle but not a siege, you can call out someone's champion there and challenge them. They can refuse the challenge and give up 25 strength worth of holdings. Or they can commit horrible way to die. And they're lost. However, if they agree to the battle, then you'll take your samurai ability and subtract theirs, and consult the personal combat table after rolling 2d6. And then after every roll, there's an option for them to run. A champion that runs from combat must lose 40 troop strength points, but can still participate in battle, but they lose one ability. If a lord survives personal combat without running, then their ability goes up. But challenges can only be done for open field battles, not sieges. Alright, so after the challenge is done, you actually do the battle itself. The attacker can choose to reveal as many of their holdings as they wish to contribute to their power, and then the defender does the same. Then for every 50 the attacker has, they'll roll 2d12 and consult the top table. And for every fraction, they'll roll 2d12 and consult the bottom table. So Bantaro has 95. Yeah. I believe his ability counts. So it's 96. But still. So for the 50, let's say he's attacking. So no losses inflicted, and then for the fraction, no losses inflicted. Yeah, you have to roll high to do anything. And you gotta have a lot of troops to pull it off. The defender will do the same, and then all the losses get figured in. If one side is wiped out, the battle's over. If there are still lords remaining, either side has the option to retreat. Retreating, lords can retreat individually or as a group. But the entire clan has to run. They can retreat into any location in the battle area, provided their clan controls it. They can't retreat into a besieged location unless they are retreating from a battle involving the besieged lords. And then the retreat can be in any adjacent area except C. You can't retreat into an area if the lords of another clan control it. Unless they give you the permission for it. If retreating is not an option, you have to stay in the battle and fight it to the end. And then there's the siege. So there has to be the attacker and the defender in a single location. The defender has to be holding the location. Like, let's say there's someone attacking up here. So I've got my garrison of 50. I'm being besieged. So actually, the presence of lords from other clans prevents the siege. Because they cannot join on the attacking side. They prevent it from happening in the first place. And as long as the attacker remains there, the siege continues. The lord inside the location can't leave. They could attack and battle the besiegers. But if they have to retreat, they have to go somewhere else. If a port city is besieged, a lord inside with a ship may attempt to leave, as long as the besiegers don't have a ship of their own. A lord inside cannot receive any new holdings. Can't start any new lords there either. You can attempt to add a ship and hope that the attackers don't have a ship of their own. No new lords can enter a besieged location except as a result of battle. So let's say I've got Buntaro here. I've got someone else out here fighting them, whoever's attacking, and then they can pull in from the location, or not the location, the area. Resolving the siege attack. The attacker reveals whatever strength they have, and then the defender reveals what they want for the one of the lords, and then adds it to the strength of the garrison. The attacker rolls a die and compares it to where they are on the siege table in terms of having an advantage. And I do believe your samurai ability doesn't matter. And strength losses are taken from the revealed only. The defense losses can be taken from the garrison. And here's the thing, when the siege ends, the garrison is restored. That's another thing I screwed up earlier. The defender may voluntarily surrender a location. If the attacker captures it, they can kill any of the defending lords or let them live. Depends on what if people want to deal. But once one round of a siege is done, you don't get to continue it until next turn. So keep that in mind. Other stuff that might happen with the game is hostages. Players can exchange lords, I believe, and put it into a location you control. Like, let's say we take someone else's lord and we keep them locked up here up in the mountains. And they've got one of my other lords locked up somewhere else. The thing is, they can, if one side feels like the deal's gone sideways, they can basically have their hostage die. Which means the other hostage has to die as well. Let's see here. Hostage is returned. Placed. Let's see here. A hostage can be rescued by the capture of the location where they're in person, though. That's something. Occasionally, lords may be required to commit a horrible way to die. For example, losing your home province holding. So he's got Dewa. So if we lose Dewa, we go apologize to our ancestors in person. Hostage can be ordered to do it as part of a deal going sideways. A ninja that fails to assassinate its target means the lord responsible for that ninja is no more. A lord can be summoned to court for the Kyoto Cherry Blossom Festival, or summoned to court or summoned to the festival. And if they choose not to go there, then they've got 4 turns to live. However, if that clan becomes the court clan by securing articles, then they're fine. The clan is attacked in battle and refuses the challenge. And yeah, it's the last one. And then just voluntarily, your lords can just go, nope. Yeah. If a lord voluntarily ends himself at the start of their clan's phase, they can give away their holdings first, provided there's a lord to give to. In general, you need to have lords together for any transfer holdings. Special situations, the Imperial Articles. They're required by taking control. So, like, our lord here got control of Iwami, so he got control of the air. If the lord with the Imperial Article is killed in battle, or personal combat, or siege, the victor takes possession of it and can give it to any of their lords. If they die for any other reason, it just goes back to the original location. There is a variant that randomizes where things get relocated. There's quite a bit of variance in the game. And then once... Kyoto requires actually taking control of it. Even if you draw Yamashiro province, you still don't get Kyoto automatically. You have to take it by force. Once any clan has 2 of the articles, they become the court clan. As long as they're the only ones with 2 articles, they have access to the title of Shogun and can give it to an appropriate lord, which gives them a 50 troop, and then some other stuff. 30 XP. However, as part of the court clan, your movement is limited to 3 areas instead of 4. Ship capacity, however, is doubled. Each lord in the clan may now bring a second lord with them on the same ship. Let's see. Shogun. That's the goal of the game, of course. Call to arms. The court clan may exercise the option to call to arms, where if Kyoto is under siege from outside, you can select any 6 provinces other than Lord's home provinces and place your control markers temporarily there. And this signifies the sentiment is in favor of the court clan and against the besiegers. Anytime a lord of the besiegers clan enters one of those provinces, they lose 40 strength troop. This is at the end of the movement. And they pass through multiple provinces, they pay multiple penalties. If multiple lords are in a location, only one can have troops under arms. The lord may betray... Oh, it's not part of the call to arms, never mind. Although it is an option. If multiple lords are in a location, and only one can have troops under arms, this lord may betray all the other lords and kill them. So I believe like during a a siege or something. Let's see. Ninjas. Let's actually find that. There's only 3 in the game, which is like 2 more than Ikusa, but hey. There we go. Screw it, we just dumped out the pink cup. Let's throw everything back in there later. There it is. There's the somewhat skilled ninja. You can, if you pull them, they have to go to one of your lords. You can't save them for a new lord. But you can transfer later. At any time during your phase or another's, you can reveal the counter and make an attempt. So, skill 2, 3 or less succeeds. Failed, failed, failed. Haha. So the lord that had him would have to commit horrible way to die. But if they were successful, then the target lord is eliminated. And finally there's titles that pop up. Let's see here. There we go. Like general, whatever. So some things are stronger with at their home province. Others are stronger at Kyoto. Shogun is an extra 30 on top of that 50 if the lord has the Imperial or the Emperor's Imperial article. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a lot of random events, moving around, fighting, new holdings popping up until the game ends after the 20th turn. If no one has the Shogun title at the end of the 20th turn, then it continues until someone does. Optional rules: when a lord is killed or removed from the game, you can get a random holding from those that would have been returned, and it goes face down. And then, if you go to start that lord again, then you get to flip it up and find out what you got. And, well, at least you get to look at it. You don't have to flip it face up. You just get to look. Battle modifiers. Battles where where your opponent's occupying a mountain port, or not that, a minor port, you get a +1. If they are occupying a mountain area, it's a -1. And in this case, they cancel each other out. Naval battles. Normally ships can't fight each other. But you have the chance to try to outmaneuver your opponent's ship, and if you fail to do it, then battle occurs like usual. Normally garrisons recover completely. In this rule, garrisons only recover 10 strength per phase. Starting with phase this siege ended. Recovery from wounds. So normally with a personal challenge, like you risk taking wounds from the personal combat table, and 5 wounds kills your lord. But instead you'll roll on a chart d6 plus number of wounds. So 7. So they might be incapacitated or seriously wounded, or even lose a point of ability. And then finally, there's returning the articles to just randomly decided locations. There's also the advanced tournament games, where a player has to have 3 articles, or for the hardest game ever, 4, but still becomes court clan with 2. Yeah. So I've yet to actually run this game. I might take it with me to the game store today being Saturday. Why the hell do I like this game when I haven't even played it yet? Just looking at it, it reminds me so much of... And this game is coming later, and okay, the game came later, but still. Warrior Knights. Warrior Knights, you have your knight, you have the troops under them, you've got your holdings, and you're fighting for control and influence and everything else. I mean, there's random political shit happening, and it's crazy fun. As much as I miss Warrior Knights, as long as I have this game, I'm probably going to enjoy messing with this a lot more. Yeah. Sorry if everything felt like kind of disjointed. Like, this is very much a Thunder's Edge type of episode of me going through the rulebook as we go, trying to figure things out and trying to pause to actually read. I'm sorry if you heard my fan the whole time. I'm sorry if that came through. Oops. Yeah, it's hot here. But yeah, Samurai, it's... good luck finding a copy. But if you do, check it out. It's interesting. I was very lucky this game was effectively complete for the tokens. Even if I have to replace the dice. Probably for the better because it only came with 1. Yeah, Samurai by Avalon Hill. Check it out. If not this one, there's Ikusa, there's Durken's Shogun. Just I want to play more. Feudal Japan kind of games. I played those 2, and I played Yedo, worker placement craziness. I missed my chance to get that one, but anyway. Check out more. Just find more Japan board, feudal Japan board games. I know video games are easier and stuff, but I wanna see more of these on the table. Thanks very much for watching. This has been Pillar Nexus. I'll see you another time.